And like Steph mentioned, it's kind of underrated. I feel like most tourists would go to a place like Tokyo or Osaka.
Yokoso and welcome to Late Night in Japan. We're Steph, Mike, and Tate, three Japanese guys with rich overseas experiences, here to bring you fun, unfiltered conversations about life in Japan. In this podcast, we dive into the stories that make life here so unique, from culture shocks to hidden gems and everything in between. We're here to share the side of Japan you won't find in guidebooks. If you're curious about Japanese culture and want to laugh, learn, and maybe be surprised along the way, you're in the right place, so let's get right into it. Alright, in today's episode, we'll be discussing some of the best prefectures to visit in Japan, aside from the well-known Tokyo. So while Tokyo is undoubtedly the most popular destination for travelers, Japan is made up of 46 other prefectures, each offering unique experiences, so I think it's a waste if you decide not to try them out and explore. So each of us will be giving our recommendations, and we're going to start off with Tate. What's your recommendation?
Do we have 47? 46 besides Tokyo?
Oh, yeah, besides Tokyo.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of picky about that.
Yeah, you got me there.
Okay, so I was gonna say Okinawa.
Nice, Okinawa.
Yeah, probably an A-lister within the Japanese community. I don't know how much people outside of Japan are hyped about Okinawa, but if you're coming to Japan, definitely go to Okinawa. And I've actually been to Okinawa twice. One is for a school field trip back in high school.
We all went. Yeah, I was maybe the same thing. Yeah,
I still have the picture, the group picture we took.
Oh, the nostalgia.
And the second time I went last year, so that was like my first actual Okinawa trip, besides the field trip. And what I like about Okinawa is definitely the food, and the people are so nice, they're so humble, they're so sweet. And you can enjoy, both the nature and the city in one place. So it's definitely, a great getaway destination inside Japan. I also like about Okinawa is its mixed culture. I'm no professional in the Okinawan history, but you can see they still have the US influence left in a good way.
Yeah, especially because of the base there.
Yeah. For example, they have the American Village, and also they have A&W burger shops, which is only in Okinawa.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if my facts are right, but I feel like they have this Chinese, Korean kind of influence as well. Like the Ryukyu Okok side. I think they have a little bit of a surrounding Asian country influence.
I actually have no idea.
Really?
I know they have Ryukyu Okuk, but I don't know the background behind Ryukyu Okuk.
Yeah, I don't know the background either. I'm just guessing, but I
Okay,
feel like I kind of sense a little bit of this Chinese Korean vibe from there.
It would make sense because it's like really close to Taiwan, right?
Yeah. So that's what I like about Okinawa. You're in Japan, but it doesn't feel like Japan.
Just to add on to that, I would say it's like kind of the equivalent to the Hawaii in the US.
I was gonna say that.
It's like, for example, Hawaii is the US, but it's not the mainland, and they kind of have their own thing going on. People are more mellow, more laid back. It's also a nice like summer vacation destination.
Yeah,
I would say there's a lot of similarities between Hawaii and Okinawa. Okinawa is part of Japan, but just like Hawaii, people are more laid back. The cuisine is very different. I would say it's more salty compared to Japanese food. So I hear a lot of people coming to Japan and saying the food is bland, because the Japanese food is more, it's less of a strong taste and something like very subtle. But Okinawa food is more strong and spicy. So yeah, those are some things I just wanted to add on.
I definitely agree with your point that it's like the Hawaii of Japan, and it's always warm. So
That's true.
visit during like the cold January, February, Marchish. During those times, you could go to Okinawa and experience some warm weather.
Just make sure to avoid the typhoons.
Oh,
Yeah. Be careful.
That's like the one thing to be careful about.
yeah. I guess around end of summer from beginning of autumn.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mike, do you want to go next?
Sure. I was gonna say Kyoto. I would say Kyoto is a good place to visit. Obviously, Tokyo is the capital, so they have the most people, the most diverse. And if you're really looking for the nightlife, I would say Tokyo or even Osaka, if you're in the Kansai area, would be a good destination. But if you're looking for a more quiet, like traditional experience of Japan, Kyoto is nice. It's not in the countryside. It's still a very populated city, so it's very advanced. However, they're very strict with building laws and like zoning. So to preserve the traditional historical look, the aesthetic of the city. So there's lots of good shrines to visit, good temples to visit. A lot of people I see they borrow kimonos.
Yeah.
They will kind of walk around those traditional temples. So if you're into that, Kyoto is definitely a must-go spot. I would recommend going in the springtime where you can see the cherry blossoms as well. But just be aware that's when the most people I feel like visit Kyoto. So if you don't want to go where there's a lot of crowds, then you might want to maybe come in the winter time when it's more cold, and you might even, if you're lucky, see snow. But if you really want to see the cherry blossoms, definitely come in the springtime because it's a nice view. So yeah, I was gonna say Kyoto is pretty nice spot. Also, I live in the Kansai area, so I'm a little bit biased, but Kyoto's nice.
I agree because I live in Kyoto.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true,
you
that's
do.
true.
I mean, the cities are good. Kyoto City is a good place, but also Maizuru, the northern side of Kyoto. I think it's a less known but a really good spot to go.
Yeah. It's a little far though, so be prepared to just stay a few nights there. It's not a place where you can just go and visit and then come back in the same day.
So I'll be giving my recommendation, which is going to be Shizuoka. Yeah. So I think, like as Mike mentioned earlier, everyone's first and second option when visiting Japan is probably like Tokyo and Osaka. But Shizuoka is a prefecture located like right between those two big prefectures. So it's pretty easy to access. And there's two reasons why I recommend Shizuoka. Number one is because you get to see Mount Fuji, which is Japan's largest mountain, located not just Shizuoka but also Yamanashi. But it's super beautiful. I recommend you see it in person, and even better, taking like an onsen bath.
So
While
nice.
looking up to Fujisan is pretty good experience. So I definitely recommend. Also, you can climb the mountain. You can bike around the mountain. And there's a lot of activities that you can't do in the cities, like Tokyo and Osaka. So if you're like an activity person, then I think Shizuoka would be a great destination.
Yeah, just to add on to that, Steph mentioned the mountain views for Mount Fuji from Shizuoka, but Shizuoka also has really nice ocean views. I drove to Izu, which is a really beautiful area, and on my drive to Izu, you're driving against along the coast, and it was just such a pretty view. So I recommend going in maybe the spring or summertime if you're into that, to the oceans as well. And like Steph mentioned, it's kind of underrated. I feel like most tourists would go to a place like Tokyo or Osaka, even Kyoto, But I feel like Shizuoka is more underrated. So if you're looking for more authentic, Shizuoka might be right for you. Also, if you're like a cyclist, you could cycle alongside the coast. It's a really beautiful view.
Well,
They have good seafood at Atabi too.
Oh yeah.
the food. I was gonna recommend Sawayaka.
Oh, so yeah.
I feel like Sawayaka is too overrated. Like
It's like is it the Ichiran of Shizuoka?
yeah, I think it's the Ichiran.
But honestly, I haven't tasted it yet, so I shouldn't comment on that.
You haven't.
But I haven't, but I know about it. Like that's how famous it is. Everyone goes to Shizuoka. They eat sawayaka.
Yeah.
Like I
So
I
it
feel
looks
like
nice.
it's not. I feel like it's not worth the wait. Like it's not bad, but it's not worth the wait.
Is it like a really long queue?
like 2 or 3 hours average.
Oh, okay. So I guess what Tate's trying to say is, if you don't have to wait 2 or 3 hours, it'll be totally worth it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's not worth the wait.
Yeah, that you got.
Well, I guess my advice is, try it once and see for yourself.
yeah.
You have to try it once.
Yeah, we can't judge.
I mean, I can make a better hamburger steak than Sawayaka.
Oh,
I was just kidding. I'm just kidding.
the Lulu.
It's just not worth the wait.
Well, I was gonna say it was worth the wait.
Okay, scratch that.
That's great. I guess we can't be
Yeah.
friends anymore.
Oh my god. But ask any like Japanese person, like, what are you gonna do in Shizuoka? Or like, what did you do in Shizuoka? And they'll say like, I ate Sawayaka. Probably.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
I guess it's like the
maybe
it's like
you should try.
it's like the in and out of California. Maybe
Oh,
if you go on the West Coast, you try in and out. People from California tell you it's the best burger on earth, but the people outside of California be like, nah, kind of overrated. But see for yourself, I guess.
So that wraps it up for today. If you visit Japan, these are all really good options to enhance your time here. It might be a little bit step outside of your comfort zone, but I think it's worth it, as we believe there's so much more to Japan than what you experience in just Tokyo or Osaka. So thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you in the next video. Sayonara.
So
sayonara.
Sawayaka.